In this video, I'm going to show you how to use audio tracks within the MPC Live. Check it out. What's up everybody, my name is Matthew Stratton, helping you create music, and on this channel, I do setup videos, tutorials, and overviews, just like this one. Welcome back to the MPC series. So in the previous video, we went ahead and created a key group and recorded a bass line with that key group. So in this video, I just want to add another layer to the sequence we got going on using audio tracks. So what I got here is I have the elektron digitone. So what I want to do is connect the audio out from the digitone into the MPC Live and go ahead and record some audio into the MPC Live. Let's get into it. So here we have it, the MPC Live, the digitone. So what I'm going to do is send the outputs into the inputs. All right, so if you look here, this is the right, this is the left. Make sure I get in the right spot there. So I want to take the other end here, put it into the inputs of the MPC. Okay, so that's going into the line inputs. Then you have to make sure that this is on line. So yeah, that's on line there. Now that that's set up, we can get into this, okay? So I still have Project 01 loaded into the MPC. I have the main full sequence loaded. Okay, so I have my drums and I have my bass, and these are MIDI tracks. So what I'm gonna do is touch right here. So right here it says MIDI, right here it says audio. So I wanna touch where it says audio. That takes me over to the audio track. So by default, there's already one audio track loaded. So once you get to this window, a good thing to do is go ahead and name this. So I wanna name this digitone. And that's it. All right, so I named this audio track digitone. This way I know what's going on. Okay, so if I was gonna do multiple tracks, I would probably do like digitone 1 or digitone lead or digitone pad or whatever. But since I'm only gonna use one audio track with the digitone, I'm just gonna name it digitone. So once you name that, you need to configure the input. So if you look right here, it says input configuration with like an image of an audio cable and a gear. So if you push that, takes you over to your strip here, your channel strip. So what you need to do when you do this is select the correct inputs, which by default it's 1 and 2 on the MPC Live. That's correct. So that's configured, okay? So once that's configured, you need to be able to monitor it. So if you touch right here, it says monitor. It's grayed out. If I touch it, it turns it on, right? So now whenever I play the digitone, you're gonna be able to hear it through the MPC Live's inputs. So that's pretty good. You can see that there's a nice strong signal right there. Okay, it's not clipping. So I'm going to go ahead and just ride with that for now. All right, so I want to play the track. Okay, so we got drums and we got a bass. Here it is. All right, so what I want to do is put something over that, you know. All right, and what I can do is select a sound to go over that. So let's go ahead and get this going right now. You know, we don't have to settle on that sound, but it sounds pretty good. I can experiment with different sounds, find one I like. There's another one. I'm just gonna play it. Okay, so I kind of like the plucky EA sound. I'll just click yes. Okay, so now that I have something I like, I could go ahead and record that into an audio track. So check this out. I have to arm it first, okay, and then I have to click record. Okay, the only way to record the audio track is to push record. It does not work in overdub mode. So you have to be in record mode. So what I'm gonna do is turn that audio back up so I get a nice strong signal. Okay, so record, play start, it's gonna count in. Now, I didn't come in on time, okay? I wanna put this monitor on auto, so that way I can hear the audio once it starts playing back. See what I mean? So what I'm gonna do is undo that again. You see it clears it out. Let's go ahead and get into this. Push record, play start. All right, it's pretty good timing. Now you notice in audio tracks, it went into overdub, all right, but it's not recording. So it only records the first take. If you want to re-record, you have to go and re-record. You have to record from the main recording mode. It doesn't overdub. You can see I set the audio level down a little bit. You can see here, we do have the ability to put effects in. So say if I wanted to do a compressor or delay or anything, let me put an analog delay in there. Put the analog delay in there. Now you get 4 different slots here, you know what I'm saying? Let me play it. All right, the timing's all jacked up. So I put some analog delay on there. You can hear it with it. All right, and then I'll take it off. You know what I'm saying? This is where you make some decisions. What sounds better, what sounds worse, you know? You could try some other things, chorus maybe. But let me be honest with you, I think the digitone sounds so good on its own, I'm not even going to mess with it. If you look, there is actually a little bit of reverb on there already and a little bit of chorus, okay? I think that sounds decent, okay? So I want to leave it what it is. I just wanted to show you that you can put effects on your audio tracks. And the guy has a nice range of effects that you could put in there, okay? You could do some, you know, filter sweeps or whatever. I'm going to leave it alone. I just wanted to show you that, you know, some of the effects in there. So there you have it. We went ahead and recorded the audio into an audio track. Very cool. So you got your MIDI tracks here, got the drums, got the bass, you got an audio track here, which is this digitone. Okay, so if you want to see all the tracks, just touch right there. Okay, boom. You got your drums, bass, digitone. All right, so there you have it. There's the audio. You know, since we're here, I just want to show you this. You could clip this up. Say you didn't want that part, or better yet, let's say you didn't want this second half. You could cut it there and you can delete it or erase it, you know. Put the little eraser on there. takes it out. All right, but say I do want to keep it, so I could just undo it, bring it back. Now, if you remember in the other video where I was talking about the concepts of the projects and the sample pool, so if you look here, you could browse samples, okay? And you can add the sample at a playhead position, right? So I could bring this techno bass in, do it, it adds that bass right there where I put it in. You know what I'm saying? And you can add whatever audio you want to it. You know, that's a little bit of flexibility there. You know, obviously that wasn't the best thing to do for this situation. Oops. But you could do it, okay? Now, if you look up here, let me touch this so I stop deleting it. All right, so that selects it. You have different options down here. If you push shift, you could copy it, you could cut it, you could paste it, mute it, solo it. So yeah, you could do all that. You could rename it, reverse it, warp it. Now warp it, now let me just show you what warp does. If you do that, come back here. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps it in line. You can see it's warped by the coloration. So now everything else but the audio tracks are triggered by MIDI. So they're going to stay in beat anyway. But the audio, if I didn't have it warped, it wouldn't stay in beat. So let's undo this. Get that back to the regular BPM. All right, so let me take warp off. Up the BPM. You can hear, so it's not warped. So now it sounds out of sync with everything. Anyway, that kind of gives you an idea of what warp does. You got to select it. You can see it's in warp mode. If you take it out of warp mode, I mean, it's hard to believe that it's that much different, but it really is. Okay. Let me just undo it, get the BPM back. Anyway, just showing you a little bit of stuff that you can do with the audio tracks. All right, so I'll do a future video about the audio tracks. I just wanted to do this one to kind of give you an idea how you can use audio tracks inside of a sequence. So just to recap what we got going on so far, I'm in Project 01. I'm in Sequence Main Full. I have 2 MIDI tracks. I have a drum track, I have a bass track, I have a drum program in the drum track, and then in the MIDI track, I have a bass key group program. All right, and if I go to audio tracks, I have an audio track, which is a digitone, and you can see the audio format there, the audio file there, and this is what our track sounds like. All right, it's sounding pretty good so far, so let's go ahead and move on. And actually, since I'm at a good point, I'm going to go here and save our progress. So there you have it. That's the basics of the audio track. Like I say, I'll do a whole video about this in the future, but I want to get you acquainted with the audio tracks and how you can actually use them in a sequence. So you can see they're actually useful. You can get your sounds in there. So now I can actually take this standalone unit, take it somewhere else and still have the sounds of the digitone in there and kind of work on my beat however I want to. Okay, so now we have a drum beat using drum programs. We got a bass line using key group programs, and we have a synth part using audio tracks, okay? So now we can see we're using MIDI tracks and we're using audio tracks, and they're working together to build this sequence, okay? So in the next video, I'm going to go over how to copy some sequences. So I'm gonna take this main sequence, copy it several times, mute some parts, delete some audio, and do some automation and kind of put together a quick song so I can show you how to go ahead and take your sequences and put them into song mode. That way you can learn how to actually produce a full song. And this video is a part of a video series, so go ahead and click right there, and that's going to take you over to the playlist where you can go ahead and catch up on the older videos if you haven't seen those yet. And you can go ahead and follow the newer videos as I come out with them. So remember to subscribe and click the bell so that way you'll be notified whenever I come out with those new videos in this series. My name is Matthew, continue to create, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.